Hi Sima, how are you?
Hi Peter, I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. So I wanted to ask you, why did you decide HALT is the best option for you to do your master's degree?
That's definitely a very intriguing question because it's a life-changing decision for anyone. Isn't that correct?
That is correct.
So mainly because HALT has a clear focus on experiential learning, and I come from a background of logistics in my bachelor's, and I have a growing interest in real estate, and both of these fields demand a very global context. So I wanted a program where I can apply my theoretical knowledge to real-world scenarios. So before enrolling into HALT, I spoke to alumni, I did sessions with the staff, which highlighted why HALT stood out to be my top choice because of their memorable education, which is based on project-based learning and in the lens of international settings, which really creates a hard shell for any individual to fight complex business challenges head-on in all aspects. Also, I have an international background. I grew up in Dubai, which is known for being an expat rich country, but I also have Indian roots. So, being in a globally diverse environment came very naturally to me. And at HULT, we have the chance to interact with so many cultures, so many perspectives. One problem will have various solutions, one argument will have various opinions. It helps collaborate with such a broad range of people in a unique opportunity that I believe will help me develop a truly global mindset. Now, more on a personal level, I was also drawn to HULT because of its emphasis on communication and leadership skills, where they give equal importance to such soft skills like the course we have, Communicating with Impact. And I see this as an essential training because it will help me connect with my audience more meaningfully, whether it's in a team project, client interaction, or even in a leadership role as an aspiring entrepreneur. So, mastering these skills will really set me apart professionally and also in a business landscape. Lastly, I chose HULT because of the network that I could build. HULT truly has global campuses spanning from so many industries, so many regions. We even had the privilege to talk to them in one of our career mixers in the first month itself, and it really helped me. So I'm excited to grow my network and build relationships that can create long-term mutual value.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Now for the second question, which of the formulae from the handout do you perceive as most valuable for you?
Well, there are so many, I wouldn't know where to start as I'm a very curious learner, but let me try with the ones that really stick. So, we learned on how to establish a relationship in individual or small group discussions. I believe that general relationships and making a memorable first impression is truly essential. So, the formula structure goes like we have to introduce ourselves with our name, give a thoughtful compliment, give a unique detail about ourselves, which is simple but effective, which creates an immediate connection. For example, I have put these formulas to test in my HULT networking events. I have noticed that people show a personal interest in me, like giving a genuine compliment, making the conversation flow more easily. If I may back this up with a theory by Booth, By and Bonds 2021, he explains that a small act of kindness like a well-placed compliment or has such a stronger impact on others than we might assume. So compliments aren't just polite gestures, but they greatly impact positive tone for the interaction. Another key lesson to vouch for this statement is a small but greatly impactful formula we learned in class was the key to an impactful communication is how we make the other person feel, which was repeatedly drilled into our head through our day-to-day interaction during the lecture, where the professor shared a real-world example with us about a networking event she had gone to and through our group activities simultaneously. Equally important aspect of this was emphasizing on asking follow-up questions to show active listening. By a study by Huang and his colleagues in 2017, he found out that people who ask questions are often perceived as more likable and more trustworthy. It shows how genuinely they value the conversation and how the other person's perspective is. So this formula has also helped me understand that building relationship isn't simply just about introducing myself, it's about showing curiosity and listening. And following it with questions demonstrate that I'm not just waiting to talk to them, but I'm actually invested in understanding their thoughts and experiences.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And for our last question, I wanted to know, what did you find most interesting or surprising in the course Communicating with Impact?
Well, I used to think that to be a great communicator, all you had to do was have the right vocab, the right words. But it turns out all you need to do is not sound like a customer service line. So, how powerful non-verbal communication is in determining how our message is received was the most surprising thing that I found out. I always knew that body language and tone matters, but I didn't fully grasp the impact it has on how others perceive us. So, a study by Albert Meherbein, a pioneer in communication theory, he suggested that 93% of communication effectiveness is determined by non-verbal cues like tone and body language. This finding really changed how I approach communication now, realizing that words alone are not enough if the tone isn't right. For example, if we are delivering a serious message with a very casual tone, our message will be totally lost and not taken seriously. I learned that matching our tone to the purpose of the message creates an alignment that it's easier for our audience to pick up on. A positive example for this can be in a high-stakes meeting where a calm and a steady tone with confidence and excitement will result into a more motivated and inspired audience. Another concept that really stood out to me was the power of a single focus key message, which talks more about how simplicity often creates the strongest impact. The Pampers ad we saw, where 10 key messages were highlighted versus one key message was highlighted, the one key message ad performed well above double the growth of the information that was sustained by the audience. So, to back that up, a communication expert called Nancy Doret puts it, if you overload your audience with too much information, you are risking the main key message to have a real impact. This insight really reminded me that a focused message is like a laser beam. It has direction, intensity, and clarity, which all help it cut through the distraction and really sticks with our listener. Altogether, these techniques have shown me that communication with impact, it's essential to focus on how we say things and not just how we say it, and to align our tone and body language to a single powerful message. And through that, we can connect more meaningfully with our audience and ensure that our communication has a stronger impression.
Perfect. Thank you very much for that answer.
Thank you.